It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. Tonight we'll see the Magic. Well, for Orlando, they are hungry for a win here. Last season they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year and winning the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning of the season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
Joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. This, of course, their first look at this year's Washington squad. Last year, they were humiliated in their matchup, losing every game in 4 tries.
Yeah, and the season series between these two, 4 games in all, starting tonight, a chance to stake out an advantage in the division.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. That's always valuable, not just to win, but seeding advantages down the line. I'm looking forward to this.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Washington, Kenneth Faried is out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Rubio in at point guard.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Now here's LeBron, and Faried sends it back. Rubio against Lowry. Rubio the pass to Chandler. Orlando grabs the miss. You know, back to Wilson Chandler, he's somewhat of a wild card. One of the few guys to go overseas. Remember, Greg, during that NBA lockout in 2011, he signed to play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed.
Yeah, and truth is, Chandler's one of those guys who can give you some solid minutes, but you hope at some point that he gets serious and commits to reaching his full potential. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Lowry against Rubio. There's the feed to Gordon. There's the triple. Here's Horford. Rejected by Gasol. Chandler outside. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Gordon. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now, here's Rubio. Wants to get it to Faried and does. Good work defensively by Horford.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
They set the pick. Lowry has the open look. Drills it from outside. Lowry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
No good from Gasol.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Rubio in the corner to halt the run. That is good. And Orlando has possession. Outside Gordon. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Horford, no luck.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
LeBron against Chandler. Here's Gasol. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night. Magic have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Horford with the screen on Rubio. Here's Teletovic. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Teletovic has got his first 2 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
The drive by Rubio. Gasol dishes to Fareed. Another one falls for Washington.
That's a confident play there. Great execution.
Orlando leading. Lowry with the ball. He's got 5. There's the dish to LeBron. In the corner, it's Gordon, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Wizards have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Now here's LeBron after the miss from Pau Gasol. And a wide open look for James. And it's Orlando with another.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
No good on that one.
Well, we know Washington didn't win the Southeast last season. They came in second once again. This time to the Hawks and not to Miami. Still, I thought they were dominant within the division. Matter of fact, they were dominant within the division.
Wizards were very strong against the rest of their division, the Southeast Division. 10-6 in division record for them.
And it seems the Wizards are always the bridesmaid, doesn't it? I mean, never the bride, it seems. Right. Since the Southeast came about in 2004, they've had 6 second-place finishes, but have yet to win a division title.
Amazing.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
To the wing on the left. Lowry's got space. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Kyle Lowry. Wizards trail by 5. Gasol, a screen on Lowry. Pass to Fareed. Connects on the 9-footer.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball. Chance here to check out Kyle Lowry. A very nice season for him last year. 10th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And last season, his floor awareness was impeccable. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everybody involved.
Laverne, he's checked in for Washington. Patrick Beverly comes in for Ricky Rubio. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. James against Chandler. Outside Lowry. There's the 3. It's Lowry again missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Chandler kicks to Beverly. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Magic have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Pass to Horford. Here's Lowry. Makes it off the glass. Lowry's got 9 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Beverly against Lowry. Gasol. No good. Good work defensively by Horford. Magic leading by 3. Dishes to Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry. Wizards shooting 47% here so far. Lowry against Beverly. The shot by Chandler, wide open. That one's good from the corner. Chandler's got his second basket of the night. And for the Magic, they're shooting 47% here so far. Lowry against Beverly. Outside Gordon. Jacks up a 3. Gasol with the rebound. Wizards have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Gasol, a screen on Gordon. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. LeBron against Chandler. The quick look, no good that time.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Now, here is Lowry. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Nice ball movement by Washington. The Wizards with another miss.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Chandler, no good. Orlando leading. Gordon kicks to James. And Gasol sends it back. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Spates checked in for Horford. Damari Carroll comes in for Mirza Teletovic. The Machines checked in for Eric Gordon. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. The Wizards also changing it up. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Gasol. Hill comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Now here's Carroll. At the elbow, it's James. Again, James missing.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Now here's Beverly after LeBron James's miss. 6 to shoot. And stolen by LeBron. Oh, and here it comes Carroll all alone. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. LeBron James third,
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Good on the second free throw.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Washington trailing. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. To the middle, off the pick. Shot's good by Laverne. Laverne's got 5. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
But they recover it. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. B-Train passes to Jack. Goes back up. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Speights has got his first bucket in this one. Now Beverly, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. He dishes it to Laverne. And the layup falls. Laverne's got it all tied up now for Washington.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
It's all tied in Orlando. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even killed. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. He's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him, nothing rattles him.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Jamari Carroll is out there at B-Train. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Maurice Speights, and it's Houdini at the 2. That's who's out there for Orlando. The Magic shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
First one falls for him.
Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
Down low, Fareed, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Spates sets a screen. Spates with a screen on Hill. Here's B-Train. The shot misses, and the Wizards now going the other way. Temple dishes to Rubio. Screen by Fareed. Rubio outside. Fareed setting the pick for Rubio. Inside. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for B-Train. The Wizards shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Fareed, no good on the free throw.
You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. It looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Jack against Rubio. And Jack kicks to Spates. Rebound, Washington. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Down low. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Spates has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Jack, here we go. That's good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 12th in steals, 12th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team, and part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Orlando. LeBron comes in for Jarrett Jack. And then for Washington, Gasol comes in for Okafor. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Garrett Temple. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Gordon, the pass to Houdini. Spates sets a screen. Here's Teletovic. He's guarded by Hill. A three-pointer off the mark. Wizards have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Screen by Fareed. The drive by Rubio. Caldwell Pope. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Teletovic. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Magic, Horford comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Houdini. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Chandler's checked in. The Wizards have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Pick up by Hill. Rubio dishes to Chandler. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Chandler's got 6 points.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
LeBron kicks to Teletovic. Launches it. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rubio with it. Lowry picks him up. Jacks up a 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
The Magic trail by 5. Outside Lowry. They set the pick. On the wing, Gordon. Can they get it? And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Eric Gordon. 11 points for Kyle Lowry. Gasol, a screen on Lowry. And it's Rubio penetrating. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long Clark as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gasol.
And with Powell, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
He hits both from the stripe.
And a final point, guys, with Powell's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long.
Gordon, the pass to Teletovic. Clock at 6. Lowry against Rubio, and it's Lowry penetrating. No good from 18.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Hill. The Wizards with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession, and that's good news for the rest of that team.
All free throws good from Eric Gordon.
You know, it's the third straight year now for the Magic where they finished at the bottom of the Southeast Division. I mean, there was some shuffling at the top, but the
Chandler. Toledovich grabs the board. The Magic trail by 3. Lowry kicks to LeBron. Feeds to Horford. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. For the Orlando Magic, they were once the powerhouse of this Southeast Division. Took home 3 straight division titles, 08, 09, and 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, that just goes to show how fortunes can change in the NBA. The Magic just can't get any momentum, it seems. And until they start building around something, they'll still have problems in the rough and tumble Southeast.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked into that task.
Chandler, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
From deep, LeBron. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night. No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
They set the pick. Caldwell Pope dishes to Laverne. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Laverne's got 9.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with. And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Second, Eric Gordon.
Anytime you can shoot that high a percentage from behind the arc, that's not only a good year, that's an outstanding year. His season was rock solid from behind the arc.
The Machines checked in for Orlando. Lowry passes to LeBron. The 11-footer. No luck. Chandler with the defensive effort.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Here's Beverly. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Horford sets a screen for LeBron. Horford has a wide open look. Another miss by Orlando.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And Beverly kicks to Chandler. Sinks the triple. Chandler's got the lead up to 5 now for the Wizards.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
It's tipped. Lowry dishes to Horford, and Gasol sends it back.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Chandler outside. From And down in the low post, it goes. And now a 7-point Washington lead. Orlando's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Horford with the screen on Chandler. Left side Lowry. To halt the run. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Wizards leading by 4. Gasol, a screen on Lowry. To the paint. An even 3-on-3 break. Lowry against Beverly. Over to the wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Inside, the machine, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Here's Beverly, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The machine passes to Horford, and Orlando again with the bucket.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
The pass to Gasol, and he banks in the layup. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Lowry kicks to LeBron. Horford high post. 1:19 left in the first half of basketball. Kicks it to Teletovic. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot. And the shot falls short this time.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Beverly. And here we go with the Magic fast break. The offensive rebound. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from LeBron.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Beverly dishes to Laverne. The shot no good, and Orlando will come the other way. 3-on-3. Passes it to Teletovic. Uncovered. Again, the Magic score.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Gasol, a screen on Lowry. And Beverly kicks to Gasol. And it's good. Gasol's got 6 here in this quarter.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Orlando's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. LeBron with him. Pass to the machine. From past the arc. But they'll get another chance. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Washington out in front, leading by just 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers, they got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial, Ricky. Thank you. Kevin?
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the three. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell them stop shooting the three. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
The Wizards with the lead. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. They've got Pau Gasol, Wilson Chandler out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Rubio in at the one spot. That's good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low. And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under. Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Faried excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess his combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Talking about Faried, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. They'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Lowry against Rubio. Here's Gordon. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game scorer, was down to 13 a game last season.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
All free throws good from Eric Gordon.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Off target from three-point range.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed, Clark.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Lowry kicks to James. And coming off an assist from Lowry. 16 points for LeBron.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Rubio, the pass to Gasol. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Gasol's got 10 points in the game.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Lowry kicks to Horford. And another shot, and it's good on the way in. Teletovic has got the lead up to 6 now for the Magic.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. That's a 2 from Gordon, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Pope dishes to Rubio. To the inside, Fareed. Teletovic grabs the board. Teletovic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Lowry passes to LeBron. Horford with the screen on Rubio. James kicks to Lowry. Plenty of space. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now a 10-point Magic lead. Wizards have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Fareed. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards at both ends of the floor, not just the defensive backboards. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Temple, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Rubio. Here's Fareed. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Magic leading by 8. And here is Jack. Okafor grabs the miss. Washington's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Okafor with a screen on Jack. Back to Rubio. Picked by Okafor. Inside. Off the screen. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The feed to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Emeka Okafor. Ricky Rubio, Clark, one of the most highly anticipated international players in recent memory to come into the NBA.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of flash and substance to his game, and after much haggling and negotiating, he was finally allowed to join the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2011.
Right, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And back to Rubio. With the pressure of all that fanfare marking his arrival, he really focused in and hit the ground running. He was named Western Conference Rookie of the Month, first month of the season, and he finished second to Kyrie Irving for Rookie of the Year.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
You know, talking about Rubio, he re-upped for a huge contract extension last season. Despite some injury and shooting woes, he got $56 million over 4 years. Boy, that's a bunch of cheese for a guy that's still a bit of a question mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
From the line, and it comes off the front of the rim. Wizards trail by 7. And Gordon over to help. Temple dishes to Fareed, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Speights has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Speights sets a screen. Jack passes to Speights. Can't cash in from the high post. Washington's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Temple. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Temple's got his first 2 points. Magic leading by 5.
Fans, get ready for your...
And a chance to check out the numbers for Ricky Rubio. He had a strong showing last season. Last year, averaged 10 points per game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Reed, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Ricky Rubio. Speights sets a screen for Jack. To the paint, and Maurice Speights the bucket on the assist from Jack. Jack's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Temple. He feeds it to Laverne, takes the 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
The Amway Center here in Orlando didn't see a lot of wins last season. Magic really struggled at times. Surprisingly, Greg, in this building.
Yeah, a young team still haven't yet established their identity. Only 13 wins at home. And really that inability to defend that home court is why they fell out of the playoff hunt early.
There's the pick. And Temple kicks to Laverne. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Okafor.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Right side, Gordon. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now here's Beverly, and here's Hill for 3. And it's Speights with the rebound. Here's B-Train. He's guarded by Hill. Jack dishes to Gordon. Speights sets a screen. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Watch shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Here's Washington. They're on an 11-3 run right now. He kicks to Temple. The dish to Okafor. Down low. And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
And it's Gordon missing.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Blocking foul. And Beverly kicks to Laverne. And another miss by Washington. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Houdini. Right side Jack. 5 to shoot. Okafor with the rebound. Okafor's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Temple. Dishes it to Laverne. He nails it, and we're tied up. Laverne's got 5 points in the quarter.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Fades back. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Pick by Okafor. Here's Temple. Okafor kicks to Laverne. Deep 2 from Hill. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Well, Orlando shooting 41% for the game. Here's Gordon. Misses and the dry spell continues. Washington has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. For the lead. And it's Beverly missing. Well, Orlando shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. Gordon kicks to Jack. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jack's got 6.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Jack against Beverly. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he can't get the first one. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Al Horford's checked in for Spates. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Damari Carroll. LeBron, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Jarrett Jack. Then for the Wizards, Pau Gasol is checked in for Okafor. Chandler comes in for Hill. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Garrett Temple. He hits the second from the line. 40 seconds left to play in the third. And the pass to Houdini. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and that one's on target from the wing. LeBron's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Orlando leading. Passes it to Houdini. LeBron outside. He dishes it to Teletovic. And Beverly gets to Gasol. And the shot is long. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Magic lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Magic leading by 3. LeBron James is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then there's Horford. Then there's Lowry. And it's the Machine in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Teletovic. Misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Rubio kicks to Gasol. Feeds to Rubio. Gasol a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Rubio penetrating. Good on the 13-footer. Rubio's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Washington. The Magic shooting for the game at 42%. LeBron against Chandler. Horford with a screen on Chandler. Pass to the Machine. Pulls up on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Wizards trail by 3. Chandler with a screen for Rubio. Kicks it to Chandler. All sorts of time. They get it again. Fareed. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And Lowry gets it to go.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Horford against Gasol. Fareed left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gasol kicks to Rubio. Here's Fareed. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
There's the screen. Gasol with the steal. Chandler outside. To take the lead. Here's Fareed. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lowry passes to James. Back to Lowry. Picked by Horford. James sets the screen for Lowry. Here's Horford. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Chandler, no good. The Machine passes to James. He's looking for Horford and finds him. No luck.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Rubio outside. Gasol with it. Lowry picks him up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
For the Magic, Eric Gordon. He's checked in for the Machine. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Here's James. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Horford with a screen on Chandler. James kicks to Gordon. From 15 feet away. Washington with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And again, Washington, no good. And for the Magic, they're shooting about 42% so far. It's LeBron with the drive. Horford sets a screen for Jack. Five on the clock. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Wizards have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Chandler dishes to Rubio. Back to Chandler. And there's the feed to Caldwell Pope. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Wizards lead by 2. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
That's good.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Up top, Rubio. Defended by Jack. The shot's good from Fareed.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now the dish to Gordon. Horford sets a screen for James. Here's Teletovic, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And just a solid start to the season for Teletovic last year. I mean, unfortunately, it came to a close prematurely as he was battling blood clots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for Teletovic. Well, for Teletovic, he got the clots in early December, and Clark, fortunately, he made a full recovery.
Yeah, good to see him back. You know, Bosch's blood clot battle was more publicized due to his stardom, but Teletovic went through the same thing. It's a real threat to an athlete, and hopefully it's well behind him and he doesn't have to run that race anymore.
Here is Rubio. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Gasol a screen. Over in the corner, Chandler. And again, Washington with the triple.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
They set the pick. Pass to Gordon, beyond the arc. Second shot opportunity, no good. Some solid defense from Fareed.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season seem to Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And Jack kicks to LeBron. Bounces high off the rim and drops. LeBron's got 20 points.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Gasol's in the post, working on Teletovic. And again, Pau Gasol. And the Wizards lead by 5.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Outside Gordon. It's deflected. Washington leading now by 5. Fareed, a screen on Gordon. Doubled by Jack. Dishes to Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points now this quarter.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
And Jack, here we go. He took good advantage of that screen.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Gasol setting the pick for Chandler. He kicks to Gasol. Here's Caldwell Pope, defended by Gordon, and he gets it to go. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 7 now for the Wizards.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Gordon with a screen on Chandler. Here's Teletovic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Washington.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Ricky Rubio. And he's good on the second. Wizards leading by 6. Beverley, the pass to Caldwell Pope. And Fareed kicks to Beverley. Now the pass to Gasol. Screen by Fareed. Clock at 4. It's Gasol missing. Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Gordon dishes to Horford. James outside. To the inside. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Teletovic has got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Now Beverley for the 3. Chandler. Good. Chandler's got 20.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Passes to Horford. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Pau Gasol.
At the line, shooting 2. Al Horford.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And Orlando making a change here. Lowry's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Wizards leading by 6. Beverley, the pass to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Here's Chandler.
2 minutes, less than 2
That doesn't go either for Chandler. The Magic have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Feeds it to LeBron. Stolen by Fareed. Lowry against Beverly. On the wing, Chandler. Again, the miss by Chandler. The Magic trail by 6. Lowry kicks to LeBron. No good. Chandler with the defensive effort.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Gasol. Orlando grabs the miss. Lowry's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Pass to Horford. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Beverly with the ball. Here's Gasol. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and that's an intentional foul. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
And an intentional foul right there.
shooting for a minute. Patrick Beverly. At the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kicks to LeBron. To the paint. It's deflected. Gasol with the steal. And here's Beverly. And so it's the Wizards with the W. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And coming up next, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before, but it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way.
Boy, how many times are we going to see Pau Gasol come out and control a basketball game like he did tonight? This guy who for years has been a mastermind of the low post game. Points, rebounds, assists. You're going to get it all from Pau Gasol on the block, not to mention his veteran leadership.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.